Hi, Dr. Barry, London News, Melbourne. Have a look at this building behind me. It's a council. But all councils throughout Australia are convinced that they're local government. So they don't have to answer any questions you do. They can do whatever they like. Well, have a look at this story that a current affair put up. A very sad story indeed. And the question is, could it happen to you? Could it happen to me?
At 72 years of age, pensioner Alan never thought he'd be living on just $20 a day and face losing his house. But he is. It all started when the local council put his home up for sale without telling him.
Bloody hell, that's my house for sale.
Imagine your home being sold from under you.
Don't believe what they...
And you didn't know.
It's up for auction. Nobody's told me anything.
That's what happened to 72-year-old pensioner Alan Smith.
Pretty much the bottom fell out of my world.
Alan's been doing it tough of late. His hot water system is broken, so for months now he's been boiling a kettle for hot water so he can have a bath. The washing machine too went on the blink, and he struggles with a small camping washer. So when he opened that paper to find his local council selling 33 properties, including his,
I wonder what they'll say when they see us today, Alan.
he got his mate John Hager to come with him to ask what gives down at Clarence Valley Council in northern New South Wales.
We asked to speak to anybody from senior management and we were told they were all too busy.
So counter staff told him the news in the foyer.
Open to everyone, there was no privacy.
It's tear-making, it's disgusting, absolutely disgusting.
We just took a little break in the middle just to explain how this happened. When Queen Elizabeth II was removed from our constitution by the Act of 1986, which was fraudulent and treasonous, Whitlam, Hawke, Fraser, and the list goes on. When the Queen went, a lot of people say, who cares? Well, this poor man does, and so do I. There was anybody in the know cares. Because with Queen Elizabeth being booted out unlawfully, so did all your property rights. Fee simple is granted by the Crown. And that actually means that fee simple removes from the Crown land and gives you possession of your property to do as you please, so long as it doesn't interfere with the enjoyment of other people. Otherwise you just build a house on it and everybody really should be happy.
Pensioner Alan was behind on his rates.
I freely admit that.
It seems his former wife hadn't been paying them, but spending the money on herself.
I knew her to not pay bills in smaller amounts, but I never thought she'd do it with our own home.
Now, council rates are important. It pays for our local services, so if we all didn't pay, there'd be chaos. But if someone was behind, surely you'd get a call, a visit, or a few letters.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Alan has called this place home for decades. And after discovering council sold this nearby home from under their owners because they too were behind on their rates, well, he didn't want the same thing to happen to him.
He's worked hard all his life, and this is his reward.
So he and John asked council how much is owing.
At various times they've told Alan that he owes $27,000, $33,000, and now $37,000. Anyone looking at that?
No breakdown on those totals or disclosure of interest rate. But Alan wanted to stay in his home, so not wanting it sold, he says he went along with council, who made him take out a small loan and hand over more than half his old age pension.
So $125 a week you're living on,
Yes.
roughly.
Roughly, yes.
Alan's had serious cancer.
Oh, yes, I realise.
Alan's had 2 heart attacks. Alan's had 3 strokes. Alan's being checked out now for cancer again.
$330 for the biopsy, up front.
But you can't afford it?
Living on around $20 a day, he's delaying this important medical examination.
It'll be just when I can afford it, I'm afraid.
Hands off Alan's house! Hands
Fortunately, Alan's not facing this battle alone. The community is outraged that their council could be so heartless.
My house was being sold from under me. I won't communicate it to me. I'm sorry.
It's like the big end of town picking on a little bloke. And that's why I come in on this. It really got to me.
We got much the same council reception as Alan. No one wanted to talk to us either. All I wanted to ask them was, is it morally right to sell an ageing, cancer-suffering pensioner's home from under them, or leave them with very little money to live on? Surely there are nicer ways of recovering council rates, like taking it out of their estate with interest should they die or sell. But no, they didn't want to answer any of those questions.
These people in senior management on $200,000 a year, $250,000 a year, $300,000 a year, depending upon which ones they are, they haven't got a clue what it's like to live on $20 a day. They haven't got a clue. They're so out of touch.
Take a look at their spanking new council depot in this small council region. It's spectacular.
Ended up being $22.5 million.
Lucky for Alan, that bell is ringing more than ever.
Some groceries for you. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
With a constant stream of concerned locals.
We just brought you some odds and sods.
It seems there are still some people with heart in this region.
It's something that goes against my grain because I don't seek charity. But it's a big help, and with what I'm paying in council at the moment, I don't have a lot of spare money.
It's hard for anyone in Australia to believe that this sort of cruelty, it's elder abuse, that this is going on in our country. It's wrong. It's so wrong.
Clarence Valley Council says it, quote, aims to work cooperatively with ratepayers to help them with any difficulties they might have in meeting their payments. Their full statement is on our website.
Thanks for watching that absolutely disgusting, disgraceful. That poor man and many others, and it's happening all over the place. For God's sake, if you want to subscribe, fantastic, but at least wake up and tell people what's happening. That's a horrible thing to happen to anybody. Thanks for watching. Bye.